So the sub 15,000 segment in India has got a lot of it. With the growing trend in India, all the companies would have some device in this segment. This is Lenovo K5 Note. The K5, like any other phone today, is built from a very generic metal construction. That not to say it's a bad thing. In fact, the K5 does feel quite nice for its price. The phone weighs around 165 grams and it's around 8.5 mm thick, but this can largely be attributed to the very large 3500 mAh battery inside. The phone feels solid but might not be a single-handed use phone for its overall size, and so many people will need to resort using both hands. The bottom houses the mic and the USB 2.0 port. The top comprises of 3.5 mm headphone jack, which is known to many is becoming a rarity nowadays, so it's a relief to see that state. The left houses the volume rocker as well as the power button, which sits right below the volume rockers, making it difficult for me to get used to. They aren't very good quality though. They don't provide a very nice feedback. And on the right you can find hybrid SIM slot where you can pop in either 2 nano SIMs or a single SIM and a micro SD card. The rear houses the 13 megapixel camera, dual tone LED flash and a fingerprint scanner. Overall, the build of the K5 is nothing extraordinary, but it's standard and is good enough for what it's worth. It's not going to win any awards for looks, but that's not something the phone is competing for. It's just a standard build for a mid-range sub 15K phone. Now talking about the camera, this too seems to be a very standard affair. The K5 is sporting a 13 megapixel f2.2 aperture lens camera with face detection autofocus and only full HD video recording. The UI too is nothing special. It's got the usual suite of filters, no manual modes, which is disappointing, and other usual stuff like HDR and panorama. The shots coming out from this camera too are nothing to write about, while the detail levels are nice and the colors are almost also well balanced without being too warm or cold. Other things like dynamic range are not up to the mark, and shots often come out with overexposed subjects. Low light performance varies between average to a little over average with a lot of noise creeping in and not so good color reproduction. The front facing 8MP snapper does a decent job. The display on the K5 Note is that of a Full HD resolution IPS LCD panel stretched over 5.5 inches, resulting in a pixel density of 401 ppi. The display looks good with good colors and nice viewing angles, and it gets sufficiently bright as well. There is also the option to tweak the color balance in the settings to your taste. The Lenovo K5 Note is currently running on Android 6.0 Marshmallow with Lenovo's proprietary UI on top. Lenovo's skin is a lot like stock Android, and hence it is quite fast when it comes to regular use. The UI has got its own sets of features as well for sure, but they don't distract from a smooth operation of the UI. The UI is fairly light and it is much skinned towards a smoother performance. The icons and the overall appearance might look like a little deviated from vanilla Android, but its functioning is definitely appreciable. The usability factor is most certainly given high importance and it's nice. The added features as too are more useful. Features like double tap to light the screen or double pressing the volume down button to open the camera do really simplify work and are well appreciable. The UI also brings along with it customability with themes and other things. So to speak of it, the Lenovo skin is definitely not bad and it's brilliant performer. It ranks as one of the more usable and sensible UI out there among entire lot. Really enjoyed using this phone. Talking about the general performance, the K5 performs decently. It has been powered by the octa-core MediaTek Helio P10 chip, which is not a chipset used very often in smartphones. So the lack of Snapdragon processor like 625 led me to doubt the performance of the phone at first. But after using it, I was quite happy. It comes in two variants, one with 32 gigs of internal storage and 3 gigs of RAM, as we have here, and the other with 4 gigs of RAM. The phone runs smoothly for the most part, and since Lenovo's proprietary UI is not that bloated, it generally feels good to use the phone. Air preloaded times were good and the phone handled memory management quite nicely. It did not suffer from any unusual lags, and we did not encounter any lag while doing stuff like scrolling through heavy web pages or opening up some heavy apps, and for the price the phone performs quite admirably. It is quite fast and responsive, and the SoC used underneath is good for handling regular tasks. The K5 Note is competing with the likes of Lenovo K2 at this price, and it seems to keep pace with it when it comes to general performance and reliability, which is great. Though other areas feel short from inspiring us, the raw power and the performance surely impressed us. This is definitely thanks in large to The bloat-free and the lightweight UI that Lenovo uses the mere responsiveness when opening any third-party app is great, and I definitely enjoyed using the phone for multitasking. Jumping between apps caused no problems, and hence it is very good day-to-day performer. The phone also handled games quite well. The main T860 MP2 GPU had no problems running titles like Bannerlord 2 and Temple Run 2. Temperature will also check with the phone not getting too warm and was able to use almost always. The Lenovo K5 Note packs in a 3500 mAh battery, which performs great. It lasts me through the entire day perfectly and also got me through the most of the second. You guys shall have no problem getting through the at least a day and a half. The fingerprint scanner, like most of the phones in this price segment, is placed on the back. The scanner is quite fast and it directly takes you to the home screen. So this is our review of Lenovo K5 Note. This is Bablu from Tech Unique. Hope you guys like it. See you soon.
Yeah, it's me. Wow, Lenovo K5.